Hey, how it's going, guys? You are watching FreeCloud Gaming YouTube channel. Hope you are all having an absolutely fantastic day. Today's video is on a subscriber's request who asked top 5 tactical FPS games for PC. So today I am going to show you top 5 tactical FPS games for mid-spec PCs, and all the games can run on a PC with 8GB RAM and any 2GB graphics card. But keep that in mind that all the above 5 games are randomly listed, which means that the number of the game will not define the quality of the game. So now let's get started after the intro.
Let's roll.
3, 2, 1.
On number 5 spot we have Insurgency, Sandstorm. Insurgency, Sandstorm is a multiplayer tactical first-person shooter video game developed by New World Interactive and published by Focus Home Interactive. The Insurgency has slow, tactical, realistic gameplay, with moments of intensity. Weapons are accurate and extremely deadly, putting an emphasis on teamwork. Most game modes in Sandstorm do not feature instant respawns. Instead, on death, players must spectate and wait for their team to complete an objective in order to respawn. Players are separated into 2 teams, Security and Insurgents. Security primarily uses weaponry originating from NATO countries, such as the M4 carbine, G36K, L85A2, and MP7, while Insurgents use a mix of modernized and older weaponry, ranging from Russian weapons like the AK-74, OZ-194, and PKM to outdated World War II-era weapons such as the well-rotten M1 Garand. Players can choose classes with varying armaments: Rifleman, Breacher, Advisor, Demolitions, Marksman, Gunner, Observer, and Commander. Players have limited supply points to spend on weapons and equipment. Players can modify their weapons with attachments, such as weapon sights, laser sights, bipods, muzzle attachments, suppressors, and foregrips, with additional attachments available for specific guns and classes, such as underbarrel explosive grenade launchers for demolitions. Players may change their armor and carrier, which affects their survivability and ammunition carried, respectively, though both impact physical weight and speed. So definitely worth a try. On number 4 spot we have World War III. World War III is a multiplayer military FPS set in a modern global conflict. Strong team play, national armed forces, real locations, full body awareness and a versatile customization system all contribute to the authenticity of the modern combat experience, enhanced by other essential elements such as a robust ballistic system, advanced armors and lifelike weapons. Produced in cooperation with military R&D centers and consultants, World War III shows the consequences of every battle in the context of a global war campaign on a strategic war map. World War III presents a modern conflict with tactics, techniques and procedures. All of this packed into 2 exciting game modes. Warzone offers opportunities for dynamic, intense firefights and teamwork-focused battles of infantry and armored units over fortified points. The tactically oriented Recon allows players to cooperate within small reconnaissance squads left on their own to survive and capture high-value targets in hostile territory. Together these modes create a coherent gameplay experience aimed at presenting the actual feel of modern warfare. Find your own unique combat set fitted to your needs and style without being bound by classes or roles. Choose from hundreds of combinations of unique weapon parts, attachments, skins, combos and paints. Same rules apply to vehicles, tactical gear and uniforms. World War III is heavily grounded in military realism, offering accurate depictions of weapons, uniforms and equipment of national armed forces. All maps are based on real-life locations such as the streets of Warsaw, Berlin and Moscow. World War III supports team-based gameplay, rewarding the initiative and playing as a part of a squad. Players can choose between assuming the role of an attacker or a defender, and use any gear available to support their playstyle. Player performance is rewarded with resources used to conquer or defend a territory. Gain additional bonuses via the metagame and turn the tide of war. Every destroyed vehicle, every kill, every bullet fired, every achievement affects the big picture presented on a constantly evolving, interactive war map eventually covering the entire planet. So definitely worth a try. On number 3 spot we have Squad. Squad is a tactical first-person shooter video game developed by the Canadian studio Off-World Industries. Squad is a squad-based warfare game. A single match consists of 2 belligerent factions, each divided among smaller squads that could have a maximum of 9 players. Each squad is made up of individual classes selected by the individual players. Available classes include medic, combat engineer, anti-tank specialists and various types of riflemen. A squad of players are led by one squad leader who can communicate with other allied squad leaders and construct firebases and defensive emplacements like crew-serve weapons and sandbags. Squad borrows its gameplay from its predecessor Project Reality, placing heavy emphasis on communication, coordination and teamwork, with matches occurring on large-scale maps up to 16 square kilometers in size featuring many different land vehicles such as MRAPs, IFVs, APCs and tanks, as well as transport helicopters. The 2 teams fight to complete various objectives such as capturing tactical locations, destroying weapon caches, and depleting enemy reinforcements. So definitely worth a try. On number 2 spot we have Rising Storm 2, Vietnam. Rising Storm 2, Vietnam is a tactical first-person shooter video game developed by Antimatter Games and published by Iceberg Interactive. Rising Storm 2, Vietnam is a tactical first-person shooter that emphasizes large-scale teamwork with realistic mechanics and combat. The game is set in the period of the Vietnam War conflict and many of the locations are based on historic battles. Players can make use of era-specific weapons, including automatic and semi-automatic rifles, artillery, flamethrowers and machine guns. Players are able to take control of airborne vehicles, including attack, reconnaissance and transport helicopters. Weapon and character customization mark their debuts in Rising Storm 2, Vietnam, allowing a wide array of weapon and munition varieties and a large amount of head, upper and lower body and skin customization. A retooled squad system allows a player to create and customize a squad. Rewards towards working closer with your squad are meant to ensure better team cohesion. The maps are based on real locations in Vietnam during the war and come in 3 themes: jungle, rural and urban. Rising Storm 2, Vietnam's multiplayer pits up to 64 players against one another from either the south or the north of the Vietnam War conflict. Each faction features unique abilities and options to reflect upon the asymmetrical nature of the game. Players can choose between the National Liberation Front, NLF/VC, and the North Vietnamese Army, PAVN/NVA, against the United States Army, the United States Marine Corps, the Australian Army, and the Army of the Republic of Vietnam. So definitely worth a try. On number 1 spot we have Escape from Tarkov. Escape from Tarkov is a multiplayer first-person shooter video game developed by Battlestate Games. The game is set in the fictional Norvensk region, where a war is taking place between 2 private military companies, United Security USEC and the Battle and Counter-Assault Regiment BEAR. Players join matches in which they fight other players for loot and aim to survive and escape. Dying results in the loss of almost all items the player used and found during that game. Escape from Tarkov is a realistic and hardcore first-person shooter video game that borrows elements from massively multiplayer online games. Escape from Tarkov incorporates several modes for the players to play: online PMC raids, SCAV, short for scavenger, raids. In these raids, players can choose to play solo or in groups and spawn on one side of a variety of maps to choose from in the game. Once in-game, the players are given an extraction point on the other side of the map, and must fight against other players and non-player characters to reach that point in order to escape. Players can also find loot in these maps such as firearms, equipment, and armor, and once extracted, can store their loot in a stash to use in future raids or can be sold to other players in a virtual flea market. So definitely worth a try. So that's all for today's video guys. First of all, thank you so much for watching. And if you liked it, make sure to subscribe and press the bell icon and give this video a thumbs up to show your support on the video in numbers. And I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, stay home and stay safe, and most importantly, take care of yourselves. Bye.